Well, hello, active traders, and welcome to our Trading Week Ahead broadcast here on Saturday, September the 18th, 2021. Markets are crashing. I'm profiting, having a good time. I'm going to start the day off with the story now. I did extremely well yesterday trading UVXY starting way, I think I even bought some pre-market and was trading all the way up yesterday. Really exciting end of day, though. I was trading a block of, was a total of 600 shares into the close. What was exciting was I got filled after hours because I didn't have time to pull the trigger on getting sold right into the end of the day. I was on the edge of my seat trading UVXY. And look at that order count, 86 one triggers other orders yesterday alone. I am a hyper aggressive trader. It's what I do. A lot of work. Put a lot of work into just making $849, but hey, I work hard for the money. Anyway, I was selling the 600 and I put on the trade. The trade got activated right at like a minute before the close. And I knew it was going to run, so that's why I put the large baller trades on, well, 400 and 200 shares into the close. And then UVXY skyrocketed up and I didn't have time to close the trade out. So, and with Fidelity, unfortunately, even if you have pending cancel orders, it takes a while for like 15 minutes after the market closes for them to manually be able to, for the system to close us. So I called them up on the phone because I was in a rush, because this thing can flip right back down a point, and I didn't want to be down 600 bucks after hours. So I got the Fidelity active trader team on the phone, and the wonderful broker there closed out the trade for me right up there after hours. It still closed up near the 2370, but anyway, that was a real nail biter because I was worried. I was in 600 shares at the market close, and I couldn't get out of the shares. I couldn't sell them back, so I had to call the broker, and he did that for me. So anyway, an exciting session yesterday on the edge of my seat. How are you guys doing in today's markets? Are you looking? How many of you expect the market to go down next week? Let me start off with a quick quiz question. I mean, the correct answer is we don't know, we don't predict, we react, I know, yada, yada, yada. But how many of you think there's a fair to middling chance the stock market may continue selling off next week? This is what the S&P looked like, or the spiders at least. Gap down, continuation, lost the previous day's support, and it ran all the way down here. Now, I got stopped out a lot trying to trade the UVXY during its range equivalent up there, but I did really well on the open and really well on the close. So more than made up for it. And it was an exciting day. 86 trades I did. It was extremely, thank goodness, no commissions, or else I would have wiped out my profit. So I don't know if how many of you are active day traders have ever had that situation where if it weren't for the dang commissions, the commissions eat up all your profit and then some. Currently right now, thanks to Robinhood launching no commissions, a lot of the other brokers followed suit. So those of us here in America get that. So exciting. Wow. All these comments. Thanks, Steve, Tony, Mickey, and Dan, Wendy, William. We will see. Look out below. Yeah, we'll see. I think the market's, again, I've been thinking the market's been overbought for months, so maybe I'll be wrong again. But hey, if I am, I'll take a small hit. If I'm not, then I will get a big win. So we'll see where things go. Let's start off, as always, by taking a look at our S&P and the VIX on our 90-day daily candlestick chart. That's the S&P, and you can see obviously it's lost the 50 SMA. Now the really smart technical technician Carter Worth, the chart master on CNBC, was mentioning there's a diamond formation here, and he was talking about a measured move price projection down, and I agree with that completely. He's a smart guy. What we see here is a loss of the 50 SMA, which, if history is any indication, is the market's always bounced off a loss of the 50 SMA, but maybe this time's different. We'll see. What you want to look at, being a detective, being a market detective, is what's the characteristics of the candles heading into the downturn, and how does it differ? This time there's only two little red candles. Here, there's just three or so. Here, there's only one. Back here, there's none. So those weren't really strong downtrends into the 50 SMA. This, however, is a very strong, much stronger downtrend. For the real brainiacs out there, what's one characteristic of this particular downtrend that is noticeably stronger than each of the other previous dips illustrated on this chart. There's actually two things. For those of you who are hardcore, I used to be a statistician for the Ford Motor Company, so I'm a hardcore numbers guy. And it helps to make winning trades like a boss, baby. Boom. I'll give you the answer. Number one is lots of large red candles. That's kind of obvious, right? But many more large red candles than what you see here and here and here and here. So that means we may not get the 50 SMA bounce. But the more important thing for the true brainiacs out there is this is a very strong 45-degree angle drop, whereas these drops are much sharper, which are weaker, okay? 45-degree angle either drops or runs up are especially strong. And that's I didn't see that till you mentioned that, Ken, but that's a very valid point. So it's a much stronger downtrend lately than each of the previous dips that bounced. So that says that we may well see some continued selling. Now I'm betting light now. I'm only, what, 12, 13 grand worth of inverses, basically shorting the market, mostly UVXY and TZA. I'm going long volatility and I'm short the Russell, in other words. Speaking of volatility, let's take a look at our VIX. Really nice recovery here lately. You can see we bounced up to just over the 20 in yesterday's session, closing at almost 21 at 20.8. If you look at our SIBO volatility index, you can see it's popped up above the 200 SMA, which isn't really significant on a one-off basis because this thing always pops and drops, right? That's the nature of the VIX. Our question is, does it continue up next week? Where does the VIX trade? Well, not trade. Where does the VIX move relative to the 18 and the 20, which is the 50 and 100 moving average convergence, and the 200 moving averages, it's a 200. So if this guy stays above 20, watch out below and the market will continue to go down. And of course, our inverse instruments, the UVXY and the VXX especially, will go up. So do keep an eye on things and we'll see where they head coming up in tomorrow, well, Monday's markets. So the VIX is going up. What that means to you as a trader is you don't want to go long for swing trades at all. As long as the VIX stays over 20, you wouldn't want to go long swing trades with the 10-foot pole, right? Because that's a bearish indication. When the VIX goes up and volatility is up, that's usually always bearish for the market. Now let's take a look at some intraday charts here real briefly. Now I was trading CRVS profitably yesterday too, rang the register on this. Our members were thrilled because I gave them that as one of our picks yesterday. Now I did not get the whole run because I was obsessed with my UVXY because I was doing really good, kicking the market's butt with it. But I did get the initial run up in it. I wasn't patient enough to wait for it to run up later in the day, but it did a really strong breakout from just under 5 to the high 5s, high 5, 5.8 value into the close. So CRVS up 40% from its open, which is pre-market lows around 3.2. I had bought it pre-market even around like 347, I believe it was, maybe 367, somewhere down in there. Anyway, so that was a good chart for intraday yesterday. I've had a really big run for us and knocked it out of the park. Let's see, what was the triggers that my members were given yesterday, at least, looked a little something like this. I said to go long IPHA at 820. My members were alerted at 8 point. Well, before it got there, of course, before the opening bell, I said, hey, traders, we might want to go long if this guy gets over 8.2. Now, what chart pattern is an 8.2 long? At the point where I said we'd want to go long in this guy, what was the chart pattern? That was the alert that my members were given yesterday. And by the way, no other live room in the world gives live real-time entries beforehand and real-time exits in market. Most live rooms don't even give specific entry triggers because they're lame and they're not good traders. So they just talking head style, well, it's going up, maybe we should buy it. Or let me know how that works out there for you. But the truth of the matter is, a professional trader, a guy like me who's been doing this 20 years, I know exactly where to nail it, right? So I tell them ahead of time, we go long if it gets over 820. And sure enough, hit and ran. Now, I told them to sell it all right at the 10.8 after the, as it was clever. For those of you live room members, remember when as it was running up, I said, sell, sell, sell right now because it's going to get halted again. And I was right, and it got halted and crapped out and rolled over all the way back down to the 8. So I told them usually you get you get 2 upside halts, and then a third is usually a downtrend, a reversal halt. But this one, as it was running up, I was telling you guys it's going to get halted any second. Like 35 seconds after I said sell, it got halted. So anyway, that's what that little gap is above my epically cool looking cursor. So it could have maybe done well if you'd followed that alert yesterday. So that's just one of many. Other charts of interest that we followed yesterday, plug, really good. And thanks to Trader Mick for mentioning FireEye, which is, I think, the same sector. So I also traded both, and I liked the plug was good yesterday. So thanks, Mick, for that, for the FireEye call. I think it was the day before yesterday or something. Anyway, that was a successful call. And yesterday, plug, I said to go long at 25.6, and there's a bullish cup, and that was the answer to the previous question too. We said to go long at 256. Never did take it out early in the morning, but later in the session it did, and ran up nearly a whole point. Boom, chakalaka. He shoots, he scores, the crowd goes wild. Bros didn't go anywhere. Bros before. Fill in the blank. ABCL. I was looking for a bounce in this guy, 2020. I think I got stopped out on that one. That one did, yeah, it bounced over the 2020, but it didn't go anywhere. I was hoping it would, expecting it would pivot off the previous day's high, which it did, but it just kind of dinked around and didn't do a bounce up to the 21, which was an exit target. So that one, in every trader's life, a few stops must happen. Be big. That's kind of like be small, right? So it dropped. No thanks. PLTR was really good on the initial breakout. PLTR. LCID also a nice runner. I'd called along at 22.6, and that ran all up to 23.40. So live room members are giving that alert before it got there, and it did really good for them. So anyway, those are the kind of charts we follow in the room. A lot of them, I do cover now the things I used to never cover things under $10, but I've broadened my horizons because nowadays you can have some really good price action, whether it's initial runs up, they run up and run back down, or all day long slow grinds like the CRVS one yesterday. So that was good. But that brings me to my favorite, which is UVXY, and let's zoom in on this one. I got stopped out a lot trying to trade here, but I made money going up. I made a little bit in this range. I made a lot more in here. I did, was like 85, 86 trades yesterday. Not all UVXY, but most. I got stopped out mostly in here, and I knocked it out of the park in the tail end. So win and stops, win, mostly stops, and a big win into the close here. And I got filled aftermarket at 23.7. So that was an exciting chart, and it's an exciting time to be an active trader. I think it's important to learn from people who actually show tax return proof that they are real traders, complete with the 1099s or 4898s or whatever that is. I think that's an important thing. I don't think I'm going to get a repeat performance like I did with TVIX, buying 50, 46.50 and selling 900. My best trade in my life, 800 points per share. I don't think any of us is going to, I think that would be rare to beat that. I wish I traded a lot more than just 3 freaking shares, but hey, I tripled a little account that I'd started specifically for that purpose, a small account challenge. So I was a total, what was that, 200, 350 bucks in and 2,700 out. So that's the kind of return on investment that can make a life changer. So if you scale. Let's see, P&L proof from yesterday. I was up, actually, I thought it was only 600. It was up 849 yesterday, so that's good. And that's the fill that, the nail biting, I didn't get a fill into the close because I didn't have time to sell them. So I sold them aftermarket, and I had to call Fidelity and have the Active Trader Pro broker there do that. By the way, it's a neat thing, Active Trader Pro, I didn't know, but every single person on their helpline is a series whatever licensed broker. So it's not just like generic customer support. They're actual real qualified brokers with the credentials. So anyway, thanks to that guy, I got my fill at the 23.7 aftermarket. A real nail biter, but the most exciting time I had in recent history was trading the 600 shares successfully, very profitably. Boom, flawless victory. 86 trades yesterday. I'm a freaking maniac, but I love this stuff. I love trading. It's what I do. And unlike my competitors, I actually show P&L proof that I got the trading chops to actually trade. And I actually really trade. So I got tax return proof. I really trade. And I give traders alerts ahead of time. So not just generically talking about, oh, look at this, it's going up, maybe we should go long. No. Specifics are what counts. So anyway, that's about all I've got for today. Let me know if any questions or any tickers you'd like me to pull up. We're not going to cover any swing trading today because this would be a really dumbass time to swing trade. So unless you're trading inverse instruments like TZA, well, that crapped out all afternoon. Good thing I wasn't trading it much. I think I had 2 or 3 orders in for that thing. But this one is doing dozens of trades in because look at that run. If you look at the swing trading chart, one thing, this is very similar, maybe not technically quite exactly A, but what would this be? Kind of, sort of. It's a high volume, larger candle, but what would be that candlestick pattern? The whole real body is larger, almost but not quite, so it's not technically a 100% ... bullish engulfing, right? So it's almost, I don't think almost counts, but the thought is there. We've got some, at least not quite a bullish engulfing, but at least we do have a large green candle after a small red doji candle on really high volume of 60 million shares in ultraviolet X-ray. That's my pet name for UVXY. The reason I like the inverses, especially right now, and why I'm the go-to guy to trade them, to teach how to trade them, and to trade them, it's a Freudian slip, but I'm the guy to trade them because if I ran a hedge fund, I'd have you guys lining up to send me checks, right? Anyway, a lot of upside potential. During the March sell-off, earlier, a year ago, the pandemic year, it was way up higher. Anyway, the point is, it's come down to a very affordable price point, and it's bouncing right off the 52-week low. So the good news is your maximum stop loss would be a new low, and that's very close to where it's at. So the risk reward is perfect for trading this thing, but you can't swing trade it normally. You have to have expert guidance. And I've been trading these things I was trading VXX on the flash crash day profitably, day trading it. So this is it's mostly an instrument for intraday versus swings, but I'm holding 400 shares into the weekend, so we'll see if that works out. Is that a good story or not story? We'll see. Another good instrument is TZA, or Russell inverse, because of the upside, and also FAZ, the finance bear inverse. Now, of course, usually we like to follow things that go up, and if you look at some of our earlier swing trading charts, let me pull up the swing trading chart tickers for us. That one's through the roof, right? NAVI, wonderful looking chart. 45-degree angle breakout, going from 8 or 9 up to 24. A mere tripler here, not too bad. Cube, flawless victory, but bearish engulfing up there near the top, so it's definitely a do not even think about this thing up here. It's rolling over. You're going to start to see these rollovers in all your favorite stocks if our selling pressure in the market continues. Like Agilent did a big pullback, Costco trying to hold its on, but pulling back here. AVTR, also a wonderful looking chart. Alpha Victor Tango Romeo. ZIM, also a good one from last week. CMRE and METC. But I'm not going to touch any of these, as appealing as they are, because the stock market's down, and I trade markets first and instruments second. So when the market's doing a beat down and it's starting to pull back, it may just be a matter. And look at the two red doji up there, Thursday and Friday. They're uncertain and red doji. So it's still up, but 23 support, 24 resistance up there on that chart. As I've been saying for weeks, the main thing to pay attention to moving forward is the VIX. So hit me up with your best intraday day trading charts. I'm not going to cover swing trading charts, but if anyone has any picks or would like to get my take on any intraday charts, my only requirement is that they have to have at least 15,000 shares per minute volume, like the ones that I cover for our members. You want to look at things like range, profit potential, directionality, directional volatility, directional vol, what kind of high-low breakout triggers would have worked? How would you have got, and again, for any instrument that you're considering day trading, I use a blend of both hard and trailing stops, usually no more than 20 cents or so. I play really tight and I get back in. So even if I get shaken out, I'm eager to get right back in again. And often it works the second time or the third time. So you're trying to play the field in your chart. So let's see. Okay, we've got some charts here from y'all. I like plug. FCell is likely a good chart yesterday too. I didn't look at it yesterday, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a great chart. That looks good. It doesn't have a lot of range to it though. It's only got 40 cents of range. Compare the range of FCell with the 40-cent range to similar sector plug with a $1.50 range and a much cleaner chart pattern. Do you see, for example, why this would be much smarter to trade, which this is why I covered it for my members. I said to go long at 25.6 yesterday. That would have been much easier to trade than FCell because it's tightly focused and wide range, which makes for good trade setup. So let's see other tickers. Trying to read this one. BLI. Hey, William, thanks. William in the house. Let's see. BLI. Bravo, Lima, Indigo. BLI. Yeah, perfect chart. I love that chart. I'll probably trade that Monday. Thanks. That's another reason I asked, is I'm looking for charts that both I can trade and my members can trade. So it's always good to have teamwork and a nice community here. It's good to see. Yeah, it's a wonderful chart. I don't see anything wrong with that. Hey, Stephen, FORG. We've got 5 minutes left, gang. If you have any other day trading potentials, let me know. Foxtrot, Oscar, Romeo, Golf. It's okay. There's only 2 trading opportunities, right? The first big run and the end of day run. So this one illustrates a good example of one of my favorite trade setups, which is trading the close into the 3:30 to 4. Oftentimes you get either squeeze play on short squeeze for things that have sold off all day and trying to bounce at the end of the day, or you get just momentum straight breakouts to the upside. So good chart. So we like CRVS, we like Forge, whatever that is. We like BLI. I love BLI. It's a great chart. I like that one. I could have made money with that. We all could have, right? So that's a good chart. BLI. Thank you. I appreciate that, because that one I never heard of in my life. FCell's a rock star. Plug's a little better of a rock star, but they're both good. And PLTR, it did have really good buy pressure right out of the gate, but it's kind of up and down. So let's see other charts. UPST. And just take 3 more here. Too expensive. Let's see. Freeport and BX. Thanks, Wendy and William. Let's take a look at BX and Freeport. I like US Steel for metals better, but No, too expensive, and the range is no good. The range is no good. I like that it's got nice big swoopy ups and downs, but you only get $1 out of $130 per share capital. So your leverage is no good on that one. So, well, Freeport McMoran. It's been going down though, so no, I'm not interested in things that go down. I like charts that go up, so that's just me. But I think the best chart pick of the day award goes to whoever mentioned BLI, Bravo Lima Indigo. You can see a really nice swoop from 23 to 27. Range is a percentage of the share price accompanied with volume and the directional volatility of the chart. In other words, if you threw darts at this guy all day long, would you have done well? And hopefully you would have, right? It did really good, at least starting 10:30 or so, ran all the way up into the close. So pretty good charts. Let's see, 4 U's in a row. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, if it comes back to life, it's got range and volume, so that's good. That's the main thing to look at. First of all, is qualify with range and volume. Is the volume enough to make a good liquid entry, and is the range and volatility good? And the trend, of course. Actually, AFRM. Let's take a look at that. Never heard of it, but AFRM. Not in a million years would I trade that. But thanks anyway. That I'd trade. That I'd trade. That I'd trade. But it's not as good as Plug, so I'd trade that one instead. That one I'd trade for sure. That one's pretty good. That was my top pick of the day yesterday, and it performed magnificently, going from 3.5 up to 5.5. So pretty good all-day runner. All right, well, I'm going to make like a banana and split. We're gonna, boom. We're gonna see. I made some cheese yesterday, pretty good. Mom, Pa Kettle out there, no more saying, "No, the stock market's down, our account's down." Well, I'm banking it, so doing baller trades. So anyway, what else do we have here for you? For the low price of just 97 bucks, I will extend the live room sale for you. So if you do want to join, I do have a deadline that was a couple weeks ago, but for you folks only, if you make up your mind and join today only, I'm going to delete this page tomorrow. So it's trademastery.com/97live. Just a reminder, there's only one trial per member, one trial per person. And a lot of people have been trying to retrial the room and I have to cancel and refund them and say, no, only one trial per person. So don't do that. If you've already been a member of the room or trialed it, don't sign up for a trial again because I will delete you and blacklist you. So don't do that. But if you want to join as a regular member, it's only 97 bucks a month, which is a bargain. We meet every day, Monday through Friday, from usually on 8:30 to 10:30. So the official hours are 9 to 10:30, but I'm always there early. So if you're not yet a member, now would be a good time. I'm the right guy to learn how to trade a bear market from, and we certainly have a potential start to that, as evidenced by the last couple of weeks of sell pressure across all 4 markets with our NASDAQ, Dow, S&P, and Russell all down nicely. So do be sure to join, and I will see you guys come Monday morning. Oh, by the way, too, I got a lot of people that joined last week, too. If you are interested in joining, don't do it like 10 minutes before the market opens. Give me at least 2 or 3 hours. So, and preferably join this weekend instead of Monday morning or something, because I may not have time to get you registered and have to manually get you all registered through GoToWebinar and all that. So do register today, and you'll be able to work with me. And for just 97 bucks, you get a whole month of morning session. So I think that's about it. Right. Good point for Mick. Make like a hockey puck and let's get the puck out of here. I like that. He's got something for you. All right, thanks. Hey, thanks, Barry. Yeah, you too. Have a great weekend and a week ahead. No William, no Sacks today. I'm exhausted. Did I mention I did 86 trades yesterday? Well, here's P&L proof, my Fidelity account. I mean, you can Only learn from people who are actually real traders. Which there's this reviewer whose name is Emmett, whom I'm a big fan of, because he said I was only one of 5 people, educators in the world, that he saw that he could verify were actual real traders. Everyone else was just like bullshitters, right? And that's the truth. Most trading educators are full of crap, and they're not even real traders. Echo, stop. I think my ALEXA device is agreeing with me. Anyway, the point is, why on earth would you learn from somebody that has no tax return proof? And I mean, I show you guys my trades daily. I mean, no shame in my game, baby. I'm a real trader, right? Here's my trades from yesterday, just some of them. Da, 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 da. Just singing in the rain, trading like a maniac. That's me. I'm a hyperactive trader. I got the skill and the experience that you need. How many other educators around a live room actually have P&L proof that they know how to trade? That would be like 0. People who make up these phony YouTube videos, I made $100,000 today, derp, with an overseas broker. People actually believe that shit. I'm like, wow, really? Fidelity has no demo account BS, so these are real money trades. So I'm the real deal, baby. So it is my honor to have all of you here. I hope that we can work together as a team. A lot of really smart traders in the room that oftentimes their picks are even better than mine, so which is great. So I don't have all the answers, but I'm certainly open to working with people and happy to facilitate our shared progress in this journey we call active trading. So do be sure to join trademastery.com/97live. I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Make a lot of money next week, and do the best you can. Opportunity is endless, but so is risk, and so make sure that your risk reward on your trades makes sense, and you're trading the right instruments in the right way, and learn from it. I've been doing this a little while, since the late 90s. So I'm one of the original .com day traders. So and a lot of copycats, but I'm the original day trading university, now Trade Mastery. So have a wonderful weekend. Have a profitable week ahead. Trade smart, and let's go get them, gang. I'll see you guys next time.